Hey Toni, so I'm going to go over a few things in this document. And this document you'll have for yourself to look over and view separately without listening to my voice. So let's jump right in. So I want you around 2,000 calories. I want you to have enough calories to be fueled, to have energy, and to build and sustain muscle. So with the amount of movement and steps that you get in, and with the workouts, and in accordance to your weight and height, you need a certain amount of calories to keep you at maintenance. And I want to be a little bit below that. So if you're way too deep into a deficit, in a really low calorie bracket, it will create weight loss, but not in a sustainable way. And then you'll just kind of yo-yo and fluctuate right back up once you eat more calories. So we want to be able to build and sustain muscle and actually build muscle to change your body composition, because having more muscle on your body frame will allow more calories being burned at rest and a different metabolism. So that is how long-term results are created. But you are technically in a slight deficit while building muscle. So that's the key right now. So I'm going to show a few examples of your macros that you did for a few different food logs, and just a few tips on how to adjust and add in a few things. And there's never going to be like a set strict meal plan with certain foods. It's going to be based off of what you currently eat and just how to change that up a little bit and to hit your macros. And we all eat macros every single day. We just have different ratios, and we usually want to lower the fat intake and higher and up the protein, getting in enough calories. So let me jump in. So this particular day, you hit around 1,600 calories. You could even eat a little bit more than that. I don't want you feeling super hungry or skimping on food. So I want you to start changing, if you can, I want you to start changing the double quarter pounders from McDonald's to grilled chicken sandwiches. There's nothing wrong with having chicken sandwiches. It's going to be leaner. It's going to be a little bit healthier of a meat. And the bun is totally fine to consume because it does fit into your carbs. And you're probably going to feel a little bit better too. So steering away from the fast food ground beef will help a lot with like the higher saturated fats. But with that one meal, it was around almost 800 calories just for like one meal. So right there, that'll say that it has a really high fat intake and high carb. But it's okay about the carbs. It's mostly you don't want to place a ton of your fats all in one meal. And I mean, that was basically like 80% of your fats all in one meal. So let's try to change to maybe chicken sandwiches, the grilled ones. Let's keep going. So overall, I would have added in like one more leaner protein serving. It could have been anything, yogurt, egg whites, shrimp. But your protein was really good for that day. I always say anything over 120 grams a day is amazing with protein, but you could have taken it up a notch even more and added in one serving of protein, one more leaner serving, because you already expended most of your fats for the day. So it would have had to have been a leaner protein to fit into this day. So it could have been a yogurt, it could have been a leaner protein bar or shake, or which you already had a shake, so I wouldn't do two in one day. And that's really good that you added a protein shake in there. Chicken salad is always a great choice, and I want to start getting more creative with protein choices. And having more options in your day to choose from, because a lot of times we start to stick to just a couple things and then we get bored of it. So we'll get more creative as we go, but this is getting better. It's going really good for just the beginning of everything starting. So you could have even upped your carbs a little bit because they were a little bit low. So you could have done something like pretzels and a Greek yogurt protein dip, which I have some good recipes for protein dips. So I also want to know how long after when you wake up do you eat breakfast, and when do you place your coffee in your day? So let's move on. So this is a different day where you hit around your macros were really good. You hit around, I'll say 2,100 calories. Your protein was good. Your fats were over. So what I would have done is the quarter pounder, I would have made it into either a single cheeseburger or a grilled chicken sandwich, which would have lowered your fat intake tremendously. So as I mentioned with the other food log, those are very high fat dense items for one single item. So let's work on prepping a lunch. If you feel like you mostly go to fast food, let's start prepping one thing per week and just for your lunch. And I do have a module on that which will help, but we'll get into that. Maybe next week we'll start to focus on that. But overall, great job. And the only thing I would have tweaked is adding in one more lower fat carb if you were still hungry and wanted a little snack or something like some fruit or pretzels or fruit snacks. Those are 0 fat carbs. And possibly one more leaner protein like some egg whites or chicken or a protein shake. That would have been awesome. But overall, great job. And little by little, you'll make more progress as you learn more and more, and just make subtle tweaks and changes which make big differences over time. So the only thing I want you to do is update your pictures and measurements. Your steps are really good, so we don't really have to focus on that or lean into that right now. But if you click on the body weight tab and click on body weight, you'll be able to scroll down to measurements and update your measurements. And this is the chart with how to do it. And you'll do that every other week. And then this weekly goals sheet is a weekly reminder and a go-to like main sheet that you're just going to refer to and look at and fill out as the week goes for accountability, but also to show you how you've done for the week and what your strengths were and what a few things that you had to focus on. So if you were low on protein and didn't do any food logs, I would say, okay, this week we're going to focus on just that. So it's a good reminder of those things and to show you what you're doing for that week and what you've done, and to show me. And I'm going to get into some sample meal plans, which I think will really help. So stay tuned for that. And I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.